Hey everyone, this is Gravity Gaming Mole here, and I'm about to play through Megaman X, which this is going to be on the Megaman X collection because I don't have the original SNES version, which I honestly believe is superior. But I don't have the SNES version because of reasons. Well, there's actually a lot of reasons why I don't have it today. And I probably might, if I remember to, I'll explain the story as to behind it. But this is pretty much pretty one of my memorable days of gaming. Well, as a kid, before YouTube and everything else when I came in. Wow, I wish I could have 32,000 terabytes of memory, dude. That would be incredible. That would be incredibly great for my computer. I would never have to delete anything again. It will probably take a week to scan all the files on my computer. Oh, let's see. What can I talk about with me and Megaman X? Oh, Megaman X is kind of where I started. Megaman X is kind of where I started. I generally started with the typical NES and Super Mario Brothers. Like most people, while other people heard of Atari, but my dad never got me an Atari. I guess he didn't like it. And apparently, my mom was against me playing video games because she said it would lead to me having a sheltered life. She wasn't completely wrong in that regard, but at the same time, I feel like I'm glad to actually play video games rather than play sports. Megaman X was one of the games I picked. This game was pretty much one of the first ones I've actually literally got excited to play on my birthday. The minute I got it, I was like, oh my god, I got this game. And this was the game that I picked out at my local Toys R Us at the time. I was like, oh, let me get this game. And my dad was like, well, why don't you get Megaman X2? Because that was out at the same time. I was like, well, I want to play the first one. I don't want to play the second one. And it was a good thing I did that because I probably would have rage quit Megaman X2 at the same time. Well, at the time. So that would have been horrible. I'm always saying that because X2 is, well, obviously harder than the first Megaman X game. I love the demo just showing off all the weapons, and I honestly wish all the Megaman X games would actually do this instead of what they do now, what they did in the future. Because they kind of just decided no, we're not gonna show off all the weapons that you can get and how to make yourself ultra awesome and whatnot. Anyway, I got this game on my birthday that many years ago. Dang, I didn't even have time to start the game. Make sure everything is correct in the options. Shoot, jump, dash, weapon select, and menu. Okay. And this was something that on our first day, me and my cousins first tried to beat. Well, I had a rough time beating the first stage because we did not know how the controls worked. And now that I'm coming back to it, it's like, oh wow, well. It was like, wow. I'm looking back at it, I'm like, wow, I sucked way back then. I'm not exactly the speedrunner type. I'm the type of person that likes to kill everything I see on screen. And a lot of people, at least today, by today's standards, it's speed runs. You do speed runs, or you don't do a run of the game at all, or you do these perfect runs. Oh, I wasted my shock shot. And I was like, it's like one of us, me and my cousins, like one of us died at that first B helicopter thing because we kept trying to run through the enemies. And now I'm having a force of habit here of me always going dashing down. Clinging down to the walls. Ow, dang it. Yeah, I feel this would be a lot easier on the SNES controller because I'm so used to how the controls are. Okay, none of those little guys came out. I forgot what those were called. I don't research enemy names. I mean, the enemy names, like while they list them at the end credits, they don't really mean too much to me, and I gotta stop doing that. Like then one of us died at that part where the road is breaking apart, and then one of us died here, and like we just kept progressively dying. Progressively dying is what I want to go for. Like we died at that jump because that was probably one of the hardest. That was one of the more difficult jumps of the game. Ow. One of the issues I have with the PS2 version, or well, just the X collection in general, is that they messed up the music and I forgot to ride the car. I forgot to do the cool thing where I ride the car. And the music will just repeat itself. And that's because back on the SNES, I believe they used MIDI formats for music. Like I'm just riding off. Like, look, I'm just riding off into the sunset. Or well, I'm riding off into the night on my car that I busted up. And I remember one thing that was like, and then when we finally made it here, we're like, oh my god, we made it here. And this guy just shows up and like. I've actually died to this boss before because like I've ran into him. He would do that dash thing, and instead of Vile's paralyzing bullet hitting me, I ran into his ride armor instead. You think you worthless piece of scrap metal? Did you think you could defeat me? And this was this part turned into another disappointment later on in my years of life. Like me and my cousins, as we saw this, we thought we were actually saved by a girl, which, being young, naive, immature little kids, we were like, oh crap, we got saved by a girl. It's like we're supposed to be the awesome dude, and look at us, we suck. And I was like, no, we don't. But then later on, I thought like, oh wow, that's actually kind of cool. Like we got saved by a chick. But then later on, as everybody else that's played through the Megaman X series or took an interest in the Megaman X series in general, we found out that Zero's a guy. And it's kind of hard. It's very hard to believe. Oh god, this 9. Like, if you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger. Like, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, Dr. Knight programmed me with this crappy X-Buster, and this is before Maverick Hunter X came in. You may even become as powerful as I am. And it's just like, oh, well, this is a milestone we have to cross now. I do kind of find it weird that he's going to scout out about Sigma's Fortress when Sigma's Fortress is literally like not that far away. in terms of locations, but you just roll with it. You didn't really care, but you didn't really care about the story. It was just like witty banter. Oh man, I saved so many datas. I don't think I never done. I can say for one thing, I've never done the I never done like this game where I don't grab the X Buster upgrade and end up getting Zero's Buster instead. There was a rumor / myth. I believe it's more of a myth that if you beat the game, well, that if you go get Zero's Buster, it's going to be stronger than the X Buster upgrade that you get. I don't believe that because I've never actually seen the difference, and to this day, I haven't exactly found a YouTube video that says, "Oh, well, this is cool." Kill Penguin stage. I learned the hard way that this is where I should start. Because I tried to do so many stages, and I would almost get through some of them. I almost got through Armored Armadillo stage. With just only my X Buster. Dang it! Dash upgrade will fix all of this too. But yeah, I've tried to go through Launch Octopus stage, and that was difficult. Like I had no chance, but for whatever reason, I lived longer than I thought I did. And I tried to do Storm Eagle stage, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing it, and then I just get blown. Like then Storm Eagle just be like, okay, you know what, screw this, die. And just blow you off the stage with a non-damaging Storm Tornado. I hate that. Yeah, I hate doing that jump, because it's like, that's literally probably the only one in the game where you actually have to stand at the very edge. Well, aside from getting the X Buster upgrade to actually land it. And then it was like, when I finally came to Chill Penguin stage, I was like, oh my god, I got this upgrade, this is awesome. Back as a kid, I never even read any of this text, but it was like reading it much later. Right, I was like, oh, so that's how this story goes. It's like he gave X a choice as to whether or not to fight if he wanted to. I was like, well, you did. And thinking about it now, I was like, well, Doctor, like you did graft a freaking gun to his arm. Like, I'm not sure if you actually gave him a choice. I mean, unless that X Buster actually has other functions. Oh boy. It was like when I finally got this upgrade, like things actually finally started going up. But I still had so much trouble with this game. I still had so much trouble with this game, even with the dash upgrade. I honestly like that robot. It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna stand here minding my own business, and then like you pop up, he's like, oh my god, and just throws a saw blade at you if you don't kill it. I hate those helicopter guys though, because they just show up and they'll just nag you like little nags. Oh, and I remember I used to make the mistake of accidentally jumping out of this robot mid-jump. Well, jumping out of the ride armor mid-jump. Yep. But it's cool, like, if you're not in the ride armor and you come up in there, like, the guy's just standing there, like, looking out for you, and you're like, And it's like, if he notices you coming, he's like, oh crap, like, let me get in this. Oh, why did I jump in there? I'm an idiot. That was always a... I always felt that was a bit of a trap. I used to be able to beat that. That rolling snowball. And then I think everyone as a kid, or anyone that's played Mega Man X, always used to do silly things when jumping through the doors just to see it, what silly pose we could bring up with Mega Man. Well, with X. Oh, right, he'll do that annoying thing. Oh, I'm doing poorly this time around. Because I can usually like no damage chill Penguin, who I originally thought was a hard boss, but then I was like, oh, he's not hard, he's actually pretty easy. I just need to stop being reckless. Oh, yeah, see, yeah, I stupidly died there because I misjudged the range of his freeze attack. Oh boy, that was jumpy. And he's doing the jump thing a lot more than what I'm used to. Like, usually I can just hang in the corner and not worry about anything. Yeah, like, I'm doing poorly. I'm doing poorly, and it's not good. This is what happens when you're on the verge of turning, like, 30 years old. This is what happens when you're on the verge of turning 30 years old. It's been like, what? Well, it's been well over 2 decades since I played the game. I'm doing poorly. I admit. Oh. At least it's not like Maverick Hunter X where like he'll gain like a desperation move. Cause I think that was the main change of it. Oh, it's like I do like that actual effect when it comes to when it came to me like beating bosses with just basic charge shot. Like, I actually get to see a freeze frame on the charge shot. I was like, oh, it looks better than what I normally fire. Yeah, I did poorly on that I admit, and I should have done better. I should have done better. But whatever, I'm just playing through. Just cause. And I'll have to go back to that stage anyway, so I can collect the heart container. Because you can't get the heart container without somebody else's attack. And I always play this game a bit out of. Well, I always play this game a bit out of order because of how certain bosses work after the first two. And I have to say that the easiest two of the bosses, despite me dying to them, is Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle. Which I think, like many other people in the Mega Man X fan base, like Storm Eagle is probably one of the favorites of, like one of the favorite Maverick bosses. I could jump over there and like go get extra lives, but I don't think I should. I don't think I need it. I'm I'm still very used to the SNES as well. Because I was like, I'm already gonna know that the music's gonna repeat. Like the music, it's not gonna loop like a MIDI or like music does now. Like I would say they cut corners, or as my mom would say it, they half-assed game. And like I can even see like they cut, like it didn't really transfer well here, because you can see like certain things cut off in terms of animation. Then you see this robot up there. I was like, well, whatever, screw that. Screw going in that way, I'll just come in this way. And I thought this effect here was cool. Like you destroy a robot and it just destroys everything. Like it just destroys all the glass from the loud explosion. I hated dealing with those flamethrower guys though. I didn't dash jump there, which might have costed me my death if I didn't do it right. I would make the excuse that my PS2 pad sucks, but that is just an excuse. I've been needing a new PS2 pad for a while, because I keep using them for fighting games on my PS3 and 360, through the use of a controller converter, which I really shouldn't, and I should just adapt to like whatever expensive $50 pad that there is, or just get an arcade stick again. Yeah, see, the music restarted. But there's there's specific PS2 pads that I like using. Even though they've been rated like as some of the worst controllers. That's supposed to say danger, but it says doctor, and you have like a fire on it. This has to be the second useless helmet upgrade in the entirety of the Megaman X series. I would say it's the most useless, but they made it work in this game. Where basically you could destroy certain objects with a simple jump, or just his forehead, and essentially it's supposed to be like, oh well, he's headbutting. Like he's essentially headbutting the breakable rocks. I like these enemies too. Like they just pick they pick you up and then they try to explode as their way of attacking you. I didn't like those guys. Like they would try to pick you up, and it was honestly like pretty hilarious. Like I remember my cousin when he was trying to play through the game. He purposely thought that you were meant to be picked up by them, but then ended up like just getting, dang it, I jumped too late. But then like you end up learning like, oh well, that's not what's supposed to happen. I was like, you just needlessly destroyed your jet. It should be falling already. Instead, it's just rising into the sky endlessly. I like Storm Eagle, and there's a story behind it, like me and this guy. Well, not a fun story for me, because I almost, like, I essentially, like, lost my game. I essentially, like, got my game stolen. Because of this guy. Like, basically what happened was that, basically what happened was, like, it took me a while to actually defeat Storm Eagle. I mean, like, it took me quite a while to beat Storm Eagle. Ow, dang it. And when I finally defeated him, I was bragging about it in school, and like my friend wanted to borrow the game. Oh man, I'm eating a lot more damage than I should be. I'm no longer good at this game. Like, usually he fires it. I'm like, where'd he go? I can't believe I used the E-Tank either. But I'm talking, and like, that's the thing, is like, I'm talking and I'm trying to concentrate on the game, and I'm sitting here like, oh crap. It's like I sat there and I was like, yeah, I defeated Storm Eagle, and my friend was like, hell, let me borrow the game, because he didn't, like, he wanted to know what it was. And essentially, like, I let him borrow the game, but he was like, he was that kind that would just like borrow the game and never give it back. So he was about to never give it back. Like, he was like, no. And he tried, like, and he started making up lies of like, oh, well, I'm borrowing this guy. Like, this guy let me have this game. So his parents and my parents got into like this argument about the game. And it was like, I'm actually thankful for my second grade teacher, for which she should, like, she's not supposed to do this. Like, she wasn't supposed to do this because you know, like, it was like privacy and whatnot. But what she ended up doing was that she pulled up his address because like he was basically the troublemaker in the class. Wow, I was more or less like a good kid. I was more or less a good kid, and I just got mixed up with the wrong person. So she looked up his address and told my parents the address, and they went over, and like we all went over to his house and was like, hey, like, give me back my games. And he started making up lies to like try and keep most of my games, which he did end up keeping my games. He did end up keeping most of my games, like particularly the Genesis one. Like, he kept my Sonic 1 and NBA, one of my NBA games. Not the super. Why am I going this way? I don't have a rank on it. Yeah. Like Sonic and a couple of my games, but I did end up getting this one back. Unfortunately, like, I would say maybe a decade or two later, it ended up getting stolen again. It actually ended up getting, well, didn't end up getting stolen, but what happened was that I was actually renting the game from the place called Movies, which ended up, well, not Movies, it was called Hollywood Video. It ended up being renamed into Hollywood Video. I know you're coming, that's why I was like, oh. No. Oh, no. God dang it. It was always one that'll get me. It's always one that'll get me on that. So I rented a game and like on my way back to return the game I rented because I rented Onimusha 3. It ended up being stolen. But it ended up being stolen by someone. So I had to trade in. So in order for me to pay for that game, I needed to trade in a bunch of games, and I was like, well, Megaman X is one of those games I have to trade in because I don't have a choice. Damn, missed the shot. Regardless. Ah! Oh, I'm an idiot. I think I was supposed to actually go to... I can't remember whose stage I go to next. Oh, I'm not paying attention to the game at all. I'm trying to talk to people while I'm trying to commentate while I record, and it's so difficult. It's honestly incredibly difficult. I mean, it's why I'm not that great. I guess that's why a lot of people do post commentary, is because it's that difficult. Alright. Now. Usually that guy will sometimes like I'll back up too far. Like I'll back up too far sometimes, and he'll just come back around. Like he'll just come back for a second pass. But I love Storm Tornado in this game. Like it honestly is a game breaker to me. I think it's because I usually have to bust them. Yeah, I think I was supposed to be playing Mammoth next. But it doesn't really matter because I have both their weaknesses. And yeah, I love Storm Tornado because it just, like, on this game, it's a game breaker, in my opinion. Considering how it travels full screen and travels full screen. And like it just cuts through virtually everything that's on screen. So it makes a lot of enemies easier, like this guy, who pretty much takes like a ton of it. Takes a ton of shots to get, and wow, I can't believe I dropped that. Oh, so yeah, like the store at, Hollywood Video also had a place called Game Crazy, which is essentially GameStop, but it's not, it's GameStop, but it's not, like, evil, so to speak. It's not evil or filled with a bunch of guys trying to cheat you out of money. And I was friends with the guy there, so I was friends with the people there because I would go there like almost every other day. So he helped me out, and this ended up being one of the games that I had to trade in, sadly, but it did help me like pay for Onimusha 3, which at the time it was Onimusha 3 was brand new, so take that into account. I take that into account as to how much I had to cover. And Megaman X actually didn't cover that much according to company policy, like all trade-in places. I think this covered like 25, 30 bucks. Spark Mandrill. I generally only like the music of Spark Mandrill. I don't exactly care much for Spark Mandrill. I'm glad that you can essentially loot Spark Mandrill and maybe not take damage. You just have to really react. Like, you just have to know his animations. Because sometimes I can get them before Spark Bolt comes out. Well, Electric Spark comes out. Other times like it did for, but in that moment it actually did hit me. But he's one of the easiest bosses once you have Electric Spark. I don't know what would happen if you fought him without defeating Storm Eagle. Because as you know, I didn't even bring that up, which was one of the amazing things. It was one of the amazing things about the Mega Man X series. Well, this Mega Man X game was that beating certain bosses made changes to other stages, which when you beat Storm Eagle's jet crashes in the Spark Mandrill's power plant, and because of that, because now that happened, you can actually use you don't have to worry about the electric sparks running through the power lines while you're traveling the stage. And it also makes that sub boss a lot easier to deal with because he's not trying to shoot you from above. Even though I'd still die to it. And here, if you beat Chill Penguin, it actually freezes over the I forgot what this place was called. This is a scrapyard? Not a scrapyard, but I can't think of the stage name. I also used to use this place as my area to farm, and that guy tried to kill me off screen. Tried to shoot me from off screen. I missed it. This might take a minute. Yeah, this is I think this is the only other time where you have to be at the very edge just to make the jump. And then you can't afford to screw it up. Because it's very easy to just drop it. I think that's why a lot of people just went for Zero's Buster. Because it's a lot easier. And this happens. Yep. Dang it. I don't think I'll be able to get it. Those first two are essential, I believe, to actually getting up there. And you have to drop. You have to drop just enough so that you can hit all the others. And I think I broke it to where I can't reach it now. Which I may have to end up how many lives do I have? I don't have any lives left. Well, there's an extra life at the top and there's a heart tank. So I can go grab that and go kill myself, I guess. And I refilled this one. So it's not a total loss. I always hated these guys because there's so many of them, and they just keep tossing crap. And sometimes there will even be that one that will just toss it from way off screen, and it just flies super fast. Dang it! I was sitting there trying to prepare my jump, and instead I just get knocked off by Metal. I was like, you took damage, but you regained life instead of taking damage. Oh Yeah, my shots are too high enough. My shots are too high in order to actually... Yeah, see, this didn't exactly make much sense to me, where X could more or less kick these. And get, it was like, and he can break through those, but he can't break the ones over here. Like, he can't break the ones over here as easy. I'm guessing it's because his head is like to make a permanent hitbox. So, let me get this guy to, like, get one of these guys to kill anybody, like, just standing on him. Because of contact damage. Ah! I think that was the only reason why I liked actually having the lava, because it was a lot easier to deal with. Like, it's a lot easier to deal with having the lava around when it comes to trying to commit suicide. Well, hey, maybe I can fill up that second energy tank with no problem now. Oh. I may need to cut this out when I do final edits. Come on, oh, come on, I am mashing. Okay, finally. So that took how long? That's gonna be like the bulk of this playthrough, is that little section right there. The X-Buster is like, honestly, I don't know how people do it without the X-Buster, although I've seen playthroughs and speedruns where people did this without the X-Buster. Well, the X-Buster upgrade. But I was like, I actually love this upgrade because I was like, oh wow, this is cool. Like he shoots and like it creates a shield around him. Right, I mean fully charged. Wait. Look, throwing pickaxes is not funny. Yeah, like sometimes that one guy right there will just throw his pickaxe so far and I just go like, what the heck? I also thought that was neat too. I used to think those crushes were instant death, but instead they just do like a lot of damage. And here's where Storm Tornado is also useful. And I went the wrong way. Because those guys like to block with their shields, and I'll just be like, oh yeah. I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna hit you with this instead. And it was like it just tears through. Like, oh well, you got you're blocking. Well, too bad. Like my Storm Tornado just breaks through all that. Unfortunately, in Maverick Hunter X, they nerfed it to where if it's blocked, and that's it. They made honestly, they made a lot of the weapons suck. Come on. Sorry. That's better. You guys he can't actually, because he's kind of bad at like. I would have did like a charge shot finish just cause, but I didn't even think about it. I was just concerned about killing him because I was like, oh crap, I'm doing badly. No, I actually like that boss as one of the neat ones for the game. It's like, you got Fire Wave. Now your X is orange and red and yellow. Like, and he looks awesome. I remember I actually tried to do a code where it was where Megaman, I believe it was supposed to be like Megaman has only like 1 HP of life when you start the game. There's like a code where Megaman is supposed to have like 1 HP. Like you put in the code and it's like he starts with 1 HP of life and you're like, oh god. So it's supposed to be like a one-hit death mode. I also like this bit too. You can hit specs and you can see the specs of the boss that you're about to fight. 510 pounds. Sheesh. Rolling, shield, and guarding. And he's 6 feet. Like he's 6'3". How tall is Storm Eagle? I think that says 8'2". 10 feet tall. Like, you got a 10-foot tall gorilla. Oh no, wait, Mandrill is more in the, I think it's more in the monkey class. I can't remember. Like Sting Chameleon's 5'8", and I think, yeah, I'm not as tall as Sting Chameleon. Like 5'9". 7'7'9". That's scary. He was like 10'5", 719 pounds. You'd think it would say 1,000, considering that every time he jumps, he'd fall over. Chill Penguin, 5'3". He's a little shorter than I am. 237 pounds, which is that's honestly pretty normal. I actually have to say that's actually normal weight from what I'm used to already. Okay, maybe not that normal, because I think like average is supposed to be like 150, 175, like maybe like 150 to 200 is supposed to be normal, but I think 237 is actually pretty normal. Launch octopus, 7'8", 346 pounds. Like if you ran into a 7'8" octopus, what would you do? And you have to stay then, like you click the stage and you see all this and like wow, like so this is where I'm going. Anyway, on the armored armadillo, which my friend apparently loves to death, and and I mean that in all ways of love. He loves this guy. I mean, I like the guy too. I just never thought of him. I had never like really thought of him that way. Like I'm more of the Storm Eagle fan. No, I jumped straight into. Why do I do that with the bat every single time? Yeah, I gotta watch out for those spikes, because actually that's not the weapon that killed me. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, like I remember before as a kid, I could never make those jumps over the spike pits. Like I would literally sit there and I would just purposely damage myself just so I could make it over the spike pits. So I thought that's what I had to do until I learned how to actually dash jump properly. Like, until I learned actually how to dash jump properly, I finally managed to make it. I was like, oh wow. It's like, so that's what I'm supposed to do? And I hate that ride. This ride cart, because sometimes it'll actually ditch me when I jump on. Like, I'll get hit. Okay. I shouldn't just charge me normally, but come on, stop him. Thank you. I think that that guy actually comes back if I run back. He'll actually show up again and try to kill me, because his spikes in the front are actually instant death. You gotta stop that, Mr. Batbone. I remember the names of those enemies because they show up again in X Command mission. Normally I would jump and kill those guys, but you have to actually dash jump in order to make it. And that will not count towards me getting the Hadouken. Equip this and make my battle a heck of a lot easier. Now here he's looks like he's trying to pull out binoculars. And now I broke off his armor. I think I can actually dash under his fireballs. Yeah. Dang it. I was trying to do a full charge and I keep miscounting my charge. I keep miscounting my charge. I swear if I died to that I would just be like, okay, I'm done. It's like I quit. I suck at this game now. I would just cry. Cause I'm sitting there trying to do fancy stuff while commentating and while playing a game. I think it was well, in Ratchet and Clank it was easier for me because I didn't exactly talk while playing Ratchet and Clank. I think I generally talked during the cutscenes, and I was talking pretty much during the cutscenes, and I only talked and I didn't exactly like say much while I was playing the game because I was focused on the game more than I was focused on the more than I was focused on the actual on the commentary. Is it like like again, as I was saying, I guess that's why people do post commentary. Boomer Kawanga stage. Oh boy. Well, the only reason I'm taking on Boomer Kawanga is because I want to be able to take down the last two a lot easier. Come on. Yeah, see, like, he'll still take damage from Storm Tornado. Wait, what the heck did I hit? Well, never mind. Yeah, see, like, Storm Tornado just makes this all like a heck of a lot easier. Normally, you would just be having to dash back and forth. Yeah, I was always scared at this part as a kid because of how there's so much instant death spikes on the left, like everywhere. And I knew, like, if I touch the spikes on the side, I'm dead. Because I did that once. Oh, let's see. Trying to think of something else to talk about. Oh... This was my first Megaman X game. Trying to think of something else. It's not because there's not really, like, for me, there's not much notable about the Central Tower stage. Oh my god, I can't believe I remember the name. Oh, this part. Hey! Oh, the stupid... Oh, I hate that thing. It screwed me up so... But I think people see what I'm trying to do. I hope. And I messed that one up badly. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh, you're just supposed to use Boomerang Cutter to get it, but I did it like this. And I messed up again. Oh... This is just one of those days. I guess, what do they call it? Commentator's curse? Got it. Okay. I remember, like, when I had so much trouble, like, one of the things when I still had so much trouble with the game, and I was still unable to beat it for years. Like, for years of my life, because I was like, oh yeah, I finally beat this guy, and then it was like, oh. Like, a friend showed me like how to beat like every boss and how he went about doing it. He didn't show me how to do the Sigma bosses, so I had to figure out how to do that for myself. But I'm like, oh, so that's how. I was like, this boss was so hard, and I was like, and you just made it look easy. Like I'm so ashamed. But this Boomer Kuwanger fight's gonna be rather lengthy because I'm not packing his weakness, and my strategy for taking this guy on is, well, shoot everything I got until I forgot I can end up shooting my rolling shield off screen. He's like, teleport. I wonder if that's what a Kuwanger does. I mean, not necessarily teleport, but and I switched to my next weapon, which is not that. I know, like, when I drop down there, we'll try and do deadlift, which hurts like, I mean, that hurts like hell, to be honest. Yeah, like he just likes to teleport a lot, which is a bit annoying. He's like, I'm over here. It's like his pose is always like ooga booga. Oh no! And his eyes rolled back before he blew up. If you saw it in the sprite. Yeah, that's generally what I do for like the first time with him, considering the path I'm taking. Like, what you're supposed to just use homing torpedo on him, but Launch Octopus is actually rather a difficult fight to deal with because he just shoots so much crap at you, and it's hard to like control all that chaos all at once. So I got boomerang cutters, so I can actually deal with that and not have to worry about it. And it's also Sting Chameleon's weakness. Yeah, I wish they did more of this in the other Mega Man X games. And it's like you kind of see this kind of thing get a bit of a throwback in like future Mega Man X, future Mega Man games, like in Battle Network 3. In Battle Network 3, when you're fighting Desert Man, if you use water chips on him, you'll basically stun him for a bit before he actually dissipates. Don't laugh, you stupid tree cutting loser. But yeah, if you beat I can't get the heart container here because I can't get the heart container here because I haven't beaten Launch Octopus yet. But what I can do, I don't remember if this boss had an actual weakness or not. Or the sub-boss. I can go up here and stop the random rocks from falling. I can't remember what his actual weakness was, though, if he had one. Because I know you had to, like, actually hit his darn... You had to actually hit his stupid, like, eye. Which I actually have a bit of a difficult time trying to hit. Or you hit him in the back. You either hit him in the back, hit the eye, or just shoot him while while that's thrown out, which basically is like jumping over him and hitting him again. I'm not gonna use that. I remember he could actually throw his claw upward as well. Oh, why am I doing so poorly in this game today? Where's my dash? Oh, I hope not to do poorly when it comes to the Sigma stages. Yeah, like he will sit there and try and grab you, which when he grabs you, he'll just slam you into a ball. I kind of thought it was a bit of a cool animation just to have that. And I stand over here and it's like, oh, what the heck? Oh. And then the last capsule that makes things a lot easier. Cuts damage by 50%. And like, really? It cuts damage by 50%? Oh my god. And you don't, it's like, and honestly, it's one of those upgrades you don't really pay attention to, but you're just glad to have it. Because you weren't sure to begin with whether or not it actually does cut your damage by 50. Well, like half, or reduce damage in half. Yeah, there's a heart container down at the bottom of the area, but it's difficult to grab because you actually have to. Because, well, you can't get it as the way the things are now, because you have to actually beat Launch Octopus. Because when you beat him, the entire forest here gets flooded. And, well, water apparently makes you jump higher, so... And that's clever there to hide an enemy behind that bush. In my opinion, that's actually clever. That's actually clever to hide something like that. But they don't do it again. still need this ride armor. Yeah, see, that guy just comes like... That guy clearly learned how to pilot a ride armor from Vile. That's Vile's favorite thing to do with the ride armor is just dash like crazy. Like dash like crazy at you with a punch coming straight into your face. Now I remember doing something really stupid on this one as a kid, which was when I was fighting him, I did my typical Mega Man X strategy of clinging to the wall up to the ceiling, and well, I ended up killing myself because I was up at the ceiling. And the ceiling is full of spikes. Like, and while these do like minimal damage, like especially now that you have the armor. Especially now that you have the armor upgrade. Like these do so minimal damage. But I climbed up to the top of the screen and I just ended up killing myself because the ceiling made of spikes. So the game was like, oh well, you're touching spikes, so die. Then you got Chameleon Sting, which I don't really use that much except for in a couple of places, and I did not know. And I'll probably bring it up again. I did not know it was actually Storm Eagle's weakness until much later. But now that I got a couple of weapons, well, I don't exactly need upgrades just yet. I'll get them after we do this part. Wasn't paying attention. Copyright because you're sounding out the music. I remember. I don't remember what exactly I used. Yeah, and that is actually pretty dangerous to do. Oh, right. Wrong weapon. I still need it because I got enough because right. Those fish. There was a time where I just let the fish, like I thought the fish were like supposed to take me somewhere. It was like when they caught me. But no, they're supposed to eventually suffocate you. No! You evil thing! Ah! Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. God dang it. Hate that. I always hated the second one. I might just do the... He's like, where'd he go? I sometimes hate things so much because I'll just end up falling in. I'll just end up falling into the spikes. Oh, so I'll just be like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna do the reckless way of killing it instead of trying to jump and avoid it. I can't remember what its weakness was either, so I'm not even gonna. So I didn't feel like bothering. Yeah, this is the one. Rise up. Whee! Dang it! Will you? Oh, what a perfect time for buttons not to respawn. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Well, I do love seeing that happen. Like, destroy a submarine and it just reveals a secret location. But once again, Storm Tornado proving its worth. And now my health is as high as my weapon, which for a time I thought that's as high as it goes. But then I learned there was 2 other heart containers that I never found until much later. And it actually made a world of, and well, 4 bits of life actually make a whole lot of difference. And then you have this sub-boss here, which I just usually stand up here. I remember when I came up here with absolutely nothing but that storm, with just my X-Buster. I fought this boss the long way, and ended up killing it just by shooting it. And then you have the puffers, which I destroyed like that, using... Yeah, like that actually tears them apart from the inside. Or you could just jump like crazy and that works too. Anyway, this is why I come here last. Like his weakness is rolling shield, but it's hard to actually hit with it. See, now like his arms are cut off. You're supposed to hit him with rolling shield now. But rolling shield gets ate up by the missiles. Yeah, see, like rolling shield, it ends up being eaten up by missiles. So it's actually pretty difficult to defeat him using rolling shield, at least in this version. Maverick Hunter X, you hit him with rolling shield and he's like, oh my god! It's like, and you just sit there and you'll sit there and you loop him to death with rolling shield, making him insanely easy. The only boss they actually made harder in Maverick Hunter X was Storm Eagle, because they actually gave his attacks some actual threat, other than his diving attack. And now we have everything. Well, we don't have everything yet, but I think I'll take a page from Game Grumps and I will call this a part, and we will finish this in the next video. See you next time.